1st of December, second dice calendar. So, as stated in the Qa'Rajh dice calendar opening, I acquired another dice calendar. This one is from Chessex, so the large producer of, well, die. That's mostly what they do. They probably do some other stuff, but I'm mostly interested in their dice, obviously. This one has a bit of a storytelling, so I'm not going to open it just yet. I'm going to tell the story. So, I actually pre-ordered this alongside 2 sets of die. The 2 sets of die were opaque black with pink and neon green numbers. So, one with neon, one with neon green, one with neon pink numbers. Very easy to read, not particularly fancy, but I just was like, ooh, neat. And seeing as they were on a pre-order alongside, well, they weren't alongside this one, but they were on the Chessex sides for pre-orders. Yeah. Unfortunately, when I ordered this one, I went to pay with my credit card as usual. Nothing was off there. And then I got a message from Chessex saying that the bank cannot process your order. And that was weird, and there was like they told me to, well, maybe if you try again, because this, and also told me that they had to separate the order for my opaque dice and the order for the dice calendar for some reason. So I made another order, assuming that they would cancel the first one. They did eventually, and the dice got shipped, and I have them. They're very nice. But the dice calendar didn't. And I was like, why hasn't this been shipped? And to be fair, I used the same credit card to buy both of them, so I really don't know what happened. It was not a problem for the dice. I guess maybe because the parcel was that smaller, like 2 sets of dice, and they could fit in a box that this thin, so you can more likely slide it inside a post box hatch. Obviously, you can't with this one. It's, what is it? 25 by 25, a cube. And, yeah, you can hear the dice inside, obviously, but they couldn't register my shipping address, because I then asked them, okay, like, seeing as the second order of this one, I mean, this was still in the pre-order stage, so there was a discount to it for the sake of pre-ordering, which is part of why I wanted to get it. And they said that the bank couldn't register my address as existing, so obviously they couldn't find where I live, and then they couldn't obviously ship it, and they couldn't register that my address was real, and thus they couldn't verify that I was in fact buying this calendar. The fault in that, and this is a bit stupid, actually a lot stupid, I live in Denmark. And here in Denmark, we have an alphabet of 29 letters, not just 36. Beyond what is normal in the English alphabet, we also have the letters A, Ö, and O, which is like an A is an A and an E next to one another, making sort of like usually a long drawn out E sound. And then we have Ö, which is actually a symbol that does exist. It is mostly used to in mathematic formulae to signify circumference. So like an O with a dash through it, and like it is sort of like a long drawn out U, usually a long sound if you're speaking Danish. And then we have O, which is an A with a little circle on top. And usually like an O, like a surprise kind of O. But because of those letters not existing in the standard English alphabet, and thus on a standard English keyboard, the bank wrote down my address because my address happens to feature one of these letters, and the bank. So when basically Chessex got like asked and got the bank to send the reason, like send an error report, and was like, it seems like they are saying your address is spelled with an A, so a regular A instead of a, which is actually what it is. And if you look up, like, that road doesn't obviously exist if you spell it with an A. So basically the bank, because not using an international keyboard featuring multiple letters, I mean, I get it. You'd have issues with any place that don't use the standard English. But still, I mean, this is a digital age. How hard is it to actually look up those letters? It's not Sanskrit. It's actually still the Latin alphabet. Like, you're still using the same kind of symbols. I just don't understand it. So basically, what was happening on the bank's end, I don't know if it was like on the form for purchasing from Chessex or if it was on the bank. It really doesn't matter. It was not a mistake on my end in any way. And like they were literally changing the A in the alphabet to an A, which means that it showed up as a road that doesn't exist, or at least I presume it doesn't exist because I've never heard of it. And obviously then they could not verify my address because they were looking at a road name that doesn't exist because their keyboards would misspell it automatically. So I was like, well, how can we fix this? Because I really want this dice calendar. There's a reason why I pre-ordered it. And Chessex were like, we're trying to talk with our bank to see if we can do something from our end, but yeah, we can't really do much. So it sounds like it's the bank's fault, or it might be that the form on their side was doing something weird, like not recognizing those letters or symbols. Anyway, so Chessex got back to me after the pre-order period was over, which means that the entire pre-order bonus was no longer applicable, and that meant that there was sort of a waiting period where if you pre-ordered it, they would ship it immediately as soon as the sort of pre-order waiting period was over. And here instead, because of all the waiting, all the bank stuff, it became past the pre-order stage, which meant I had to pay full price, and on top of taxes and shipping and all of that, it actually got pretty expensive, but that's beside the point. I don't care so much about the cost, but I do care about the bother and baffling idea that a bank could not understand how to use other letters than English. But never mind that. I'm not going to go into a rant about it because that would just make me upset, and I don't want to be upset. It's a time to be merry, and I do have dice, so I am merry. Good. That's the story of all of this dice calendar done. It did arrive before December, so at least there is that. Right, let's get this baby open. So as you can see, this one is different to most other calendars, seeing that it is a cube and not a flat surface. That also means that we have to swivel it around for the sake of finding all the hatches. But first, there is an introductory text that I'd like to read. This is the season for tabletop gaming cheer. Holiday dice colors have arrived via dissolved reindeer. I don't know. Oh, it's actually meant to be a rhyme. Okay. The clouds-robbing goblins, consumed by a cube so bleak, have left behind treasures for you each day to peek. Loot these festive spoils for your personal hoard, or give the gift of dice to a gamer adored. This year, whether you have been naughty or nice, enjoy your Chessex holiday calendar exclusive dice. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. So this one, unlike the Qa'Rajh, does not just contain 24 die. No, it contains more. And how much more? Well, that's what we're going to figure out here. So it has the standard of 3 exclusive dice, 7 dice sets of standard size polyhedral dice. That's 21. Then it has 2 exclusive dice sets of minihedral dice. So those are obviously smaller, I'm guessing. That's actually 21 plus 14, 35 dice. Then it have 1 exclusive heavy megahedral die, so that's 36. Then it has 1 limited release megahedral die, so that's 37. 1 exclusive count up or down die, so that's 38. 3 special 16 millimeter D6 dice, so that's 41. And finally, 2 release brush die. And I don't know what that means. Like I'm guessing the megahedral and the minihedral I can sort of understand, and the 16 millimeter D6 die. So that's going to be a very small D6. But I don't know what release brush is, and I'm guessing the count up or down is basically a way to keep track of that. But I guess we shall see, because let's get this baby opened. That should be enough. Oh yeah, this comes apart very nicely. So it does say on top here, open first. The lighting might be a bit too reflective, but I don't think it's too bad. So that one needs to be opened first. Now, do I need my ice pick for this? It seems... Oh! No, the classic method of pushing down seems to work. Now, I don't want to peek. I mean, obviously want to see, but I don't want to peek. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my ice pick. Didn't expect that, but I mean, I don't mind. It is part of... Okay, in a nice... Open up. All right, let's see what we've got. Okay. Oh, I'm guessing that's one of the mega. Let's get you out of the bag, my friend. You can use this bag for a set if needed. Oh, that is chunky. So dusty black gray. It's very pretty though. I like a big chunky die. Can it even fit in my... No, it cannot actually fit in my dice tower. Well, let's just roll it manually then. I mean, it is meant to be rolled. So, I don't know if that was the first. 17. I don't know if... It says open first. But it doesn't say 1 on it. So I'm gonna swivel this around. Oh, there we go. That wasn't much I had to swivel. Okay. Better pull that one back so that I don't risk cutting myself. I wouldn't want that. But I do need the ice pick. Okay. Get that nice and... Ooh, that's oh, it's stuck on something. I don't know how big these chambers are, so me shaking it might have messed things up a bit. Okay, that should be nice and in there. Let's get it open. Oh, it is in there. A D10. So I'm guessing that's one of the sets. Now, that's the issue with these. They make the holes too deep, and my fingers aren't long enough or too fat to get inside. And it's not like I have fat fingers, but like these holes are not the easiest to maneuver. Okay. It is clear resin, but there aren't any items inside, so I'm not overly concerned. Is it the same size as a regular D10? Yeah, it is. Right, well, let's give you a roll then, Mr. Oh, it's actually a percentile, it's not just a D10. Nice, 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 nice. It's very pretty. Easy to read, actually, too. Maybe some, I mean, you could get in some situations where light might come off of it like this, and it's kind of hard to read, but it's not hard, it's not illegible. Good, good. Let's give it a roll. 0 or 100. Nice. You go in there, and I will see you tomorrow.